Do you have any update on Rahmir and Deshaun?
Rahmir's out. Deshaun will play.
Your evaluation of this week in practice?
It's been a good week. Guys, as you would expect, battled back from a disappointing week last week. We'll have to get to the game and do it in the game. We'll see, but it's been a good week.
You believe in incremental progress. You're a process guy. What do you feel like you guys got incrementally better at this week, just in practice?
I think everything. Unfortunately, there's not time in game weeks. The opponents are too good in the Big Ten to have like these large philosophical, like kind of like what happened with Sat the other day. Like I don't want Sat worried about the yards per play. I want him worried about blocking number 91 from Ohio State, right? So you have to be very in the moment. So it's, you can't really go out there and have these, hey, we got to fix it. You just go out there this week and say, hey, third down, what are they going to do? What are we going to do? So I think we had a really good week. Some of the issues in the kicking game have been so glaring. Obviously, Sam, you have to kind of fix some of those things. But we've been working on those since over the bye week, right? Just constantly. But you also have to get ready for Ohio State and what they do. So there's not a lot of time, not a lot of reps, So, but I think at the end of the day, we put last week behind us. We move forward and we get ready for this amazing football team we're playing and this amazing opportunity to go on the road. And so I think we got better at a lot of things.
Back to the Barney play, we didn't really ask much about it, but was he trying to return that, the Barney play, the kickoff? Was he trying to return that, or did he think he stepped out of bounds, was trying to get it to the 35? What was the...
Yeah, we showed the play in the team meeting, and the amazing competitor he is. He said, "Coach, that's a catastrophic, terrible mistake by me." What we'd like him to do is either let it go, or what we train them to do when the ball's there by the sidelines is go over, put your foot out of bounds, and catch the ball. I think because he was running so fast, you see him, he kind of catches it and then puts his foot out of bounds, and so, he's a young player. We teach him, we move on, and but. We cover that every week. We spend Thursdays, we kick balls all over the field, and that happened to him. Dylan made a great play on 3rd and 8, got a first down, got us out of that situation. But yeah, I think he was just trying to, he was excited to go play, and the ball was kicked to him. He wanted to go return it. Jacory's a competitor, and, it just didn't work out right. So we just keep trying to coach through it.
Fidone got going a little bit in that game Saturday. Is that something he can maybe build on, the way he was involved?
Yeah, no one, when you have a game like that and, the score's not going your way, you still got to go play, right? And so you can't control, how everyone else is playing. I thought Thomas caught the ball with his hands, one versus man, made some big plays. He's getting better and better and better. Thought he had a really good bye week, sprained his ankle a little bit. And so we were worried if he was even going to be able to play last week. And he came out and he played, and he's playing really good football. So, he's a guy that, you always want to have involved in the offense.
What ways does the absence of Rahmir affect you in the run game, pass game, other areas?
Yeah, Rahmir's a valuable player in every part of it. Some of the big guys, Gabe and Dante have to now step up in some of the 3rd down situations, which is good because Ohio State has an excellent pass rush, but also has excellent blitzers. So having bigger men in there, in some ways, is a good thing in this week. And then it's an opportunity for Quentin. Quentin got on the field and had a big kickoff return, so it's an opportunity for Quentin to grow his role.
Gardner Nelson had his snap count go up a little bit against Indiana. How have you seen him grow into, maybe being able to do more things or feeling more comfortable in more setups?
Yeah, Carter's going to be a tremendous, tremendous player. When you look at the team, you look at the future, you see guys like he and obviously Jacory and Dylan on offense, and you say, wow, I can't wait for them. His opportunities are somewhat limited at times because you have some veteran players out there. He did get here late, but he does a lot of good things. He does good things on special teams for us too. And, as the season comes down the stretch, I think you'll see, as older guys are a little banged up maybe, you'll see more and more of the younger players playing in some key roles, and that's to me how you continue to build. But I think the sky's the limit for him and what he can do, and we're just trying to teach him and coach him through it and develop him so he can be, I think, just a true weapon.
Obviously you want to do good things every week. Is there something about Ohio State where you're like, the thing we got to do to play well against Ohio State is X, Y, and Z? Like, are there a couple things that they make you do well because of the kind of team they are?
Yeah, they have no weakness. They have no weakness. Probably one of top 2 or 3 rosters in football. Great coaching staff, great schemes. So it's just one of those deals where you have to go play well. Let's start with the simple things we talked about all year. Like last week was the first week we didn't win the turnover battle, right? So it ends up the way it ends up. So you come back this week and you don't reinvent yourself. You say, hey, we got to win the turnover battle. Coming out of the bye week on offense, we talked a lot about getting better on third down. We were 7 of 16 on third down last week. So I just think Ohio State's a great team. It's a great opportunity for our guys. We have a lot of really, really, really good football players. Guys are going to play for a long time in the National Football League, both seniors and freshmen. So you have a chance to go out and challenge yourself against the best and see where you are and develop it from there. So I don't think it's any one specific thing, Sam, other than we have to go play well.
Pursuant to the analytics discussion, do you guys just get like a statistical snapshot? I'm sure each week. Mm-hmm. Is there some analytic as it relates to offense or defense that you pay particular attention to that's interesting to you?
Yeah, I'm really more like down the Bill Connolly world of EPA and stuff like that, like just yards per game and things like that. I don't spend as much time on that maybe as I do some of the other things, but on defense, havoc rate and things like that matter to me. So I'm really into that whole world. But that's more of like for me like a bye week postseason. Like, hey, to me when you're in the week, it's like, hey, how do I get this guy who's got a hurt ankle to block that guy? How do I get this guy? It's not Madden, and so. But in the off season, I think you build yourself around those things. Like, hey, we have to improve in these areas. The things in season we really, really spend a lot of time on, though, are, like the things we believe in, like turnover rate and very, very simple things. If I had to pick one thing for us, as I said, like I think Steve Sipple asked me last week, it's just some more explosive plays. We'd like to have more explosive plays on offense. We have a lot of 8, 9, 10 play drives, and that's really, really hard to do over and over and over again. You'd like some 4 play drives that result in a touchdown, and so that's where we've been lacking. That's where we're trying to create them, and that's moving forward something that we have to continue to improve upon.
You mentioned you want to see improvement in perimeter blocking. How has Garrett challenged those guys this week, and do you spend any more time talking to them or helping them this week?
Yeah, we've challenged a lot. I think it's to the point of it's just reps. It's continued improvement. It's when you're struggling with something, you're not going to just necessarily always just change it overnight, and it's not certainly for a lack of want to or will. So I think you have to just keep coming out every week. So we're doing way more of that live. We're trying to work on it just like we work on inside run and short yardage, and I think we're getting better at it. But I don't know if we can change completely everything about it. But we're not changing what we're doing. Just getting the guys to be better and better at it, more comfortable at it, and this is a week where you're gonna have to do it, right? With the way that they play, and their offense is such a good perimeter team. They kick the ball out on the perimeter and block and get yards. So defensively, we weren't very good last week in that area. So I think coming out of last week, we understand how well we have to play in space, both offensively and defensively.
You and Ryan Day were on the same staff at Temple, right? Any thoughts about that matchup Saturday?
No, I just have a lot of respect for Ryan. We're good friends. We were both young assistants together under Al Golden. I was a D-line coach. He was the receivers coach, and he left after 1 year, and we had a massive staff overhaul, and they asked Ryan to stay and be the quarterback coach, and thankfully Ryan said, no, I'm going to go be the receiver coach at Boston College, and they moved me from the D-line to being the quarterback's coach. So it was a major break in my career. And, Ryan's done a fantastic job. We're friends. I went to their pro day a couple years ago when I wasn't in college. Justin Fry, their O-line coach, and I worked together at the second stint, when Steve Adazio came to be the head coach. He's a great friend of mine and a great coach, been everywhere. Tried to hire him when I was in the NFL, couldn't do it. Larry Johnson, their legendary D-line coach, was a position coach, was the D-line coach at Penn State when I was there. So there's a lot of ties to that team. They've done a great job. They're in the national picture, and it'll be a great opportunity for us to go play against them and for me to coach against them. Thank you, guys. Good to see everybody.